Can you show me how you sit to stand, please?
As Margaret performs a sit-to-stand, many compensations are noted secondary to her right upper and lower extremity hemiparesis. As shown here, Margaret uses her left lower extremity to flex and then forcefully extend in order to provide enough momentum to shift her center of gravity forward to allow her to stand. As she stands, you will notice she does not use hardly any strength from her impaired leg, if any at all, and essentially performs a single leg sit-to-stand. Margaret also uses her non-involved upper extremity to help her push out of the chair. With the strength of her left arm and momentum produced by her left lower extremity, she is able to produce enough force and momentum to perform a sit-to-stand independently.
Good. Then go ahead and sit back down.
Due to the compensations noted during Margaret's sit-to-stand, a couple treatment approaches during this session will be focused on. First and foremost, we need to get Margaret using her impaired side of her body more during functional tasks like sit-to-stand. I will have Margaret perform seated reaching tasks in order to address this problem. Dean and Shepard noted that the ability to balance while reaching for a variety of objects, both within and beyond arm's length, is critical to independent living. After repeated reaching towards an object while balancing and sitting, Dean and Shepard found that when performing task-related reaching activities, patients were able to reach further, faster, and more consistently over time. Patients also increased the load through the involved foot and increased activation of the involved leg muscles, which directly impacted sit-to-stand improvement. To the outsider, it may appear as if Margaret is solely working on her sitting balance during these exercises, but with this evidence, as we have found, we know that Margaret is influencing her upper and lower extremities to prepare her to perform sit-to-stand more symmetrically.
Good. Okay, so we're going to work on a couple things during today's treatment session. You're using your left side quite a bit. Can you tell that? Yeah, it's doing most of the work. So we're going to work on using this right side a little bit more, okay? So first thing I want you to do is you're going to interlock your fingers like this. Good, and you're going to reach them out in front of you towards this cone over here. And can you try to reach towards the cone? Reach as far as you can. Reach, 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 reach. Good, and then sit back up. Let's try that a few times. Reach, 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 reach. Good. How you feeling? Good, okay. Let's try to do one more. Looks like you're getting pretty tired. Good, alright, go ahead and relax.
Another exercise to promote symmetrical sit-to-stand following a stroke with the functional level of Margaret is to have her perform a sit-to-stand with a riser or step underneath her uninvolved lower extremity. This forces her involved lower extremity to work, and she won't be able to perform a single leg sit-to-stand like she used to. You will see I have Margaret interlock her fingers again and push off her involved lower extremity, which is to promote weight shifting onto the involved side to increase symmetry, as well as allow her upper extremity to be involved. Weight bearing through spastic muscles, as noted in her upper extremity, will help her break out of synergy, which is an added bonus with this exercise. Breyer et al. Studied this exercise and found that following a stroke, individuals with hemiparesis rise from a chair by placing more weight on their non-involved foot, which is directly correlated to weakness and loss of postural control. This is definitely noted in Margaret as well. They also found knee extensor or quad strength to be associated with the asymmetry noted in individuals with hemiparesis. Therefore, this exercise will help increase strength and promote symmetry during her sit-to-stand.
Now what I want you to do, we're going to put this under your left foot. We're going to make sure your feet are nice and even before you stand. So, what I want you to do to try to get more weight on this leg is you're going to interlock your fingers again, and you're going to put them on your right knee. And then I want you to push off this knee to stand up. But another thing I want you to do is try to look at that pink board up there. So can you keep your head up while you do that? Alright, let's try it. Whenever you're ready. Good. would
and
make
slow.
a mess. Nice and slow. That would make a mess. Good. Let's try that. You think you can do it 2 more times?
I'll give it a whirl.
All right. Feel that this side moving a little bit better?
Yeah.
Working a little harder?
Feels tired.
All right, last one, and we'll give you a break.